Howdy, soldiers. Yes, this is the Vintage Composer channel, and yes, this is the second consecutive content creator channel contest VR I've uploaded. We'll get back to the vintage cards, history, airbrushing, and all that familiar materials soon enough. But just like my previous entry 2 weeks ago for Eric at the Card Closet, this one is important for all of you who are not familiar with Dan, who hosts Ol'SargeCollects. Dan is celebrating 400 subs to his recent channel name, although the count is speeding towards 500. It's a shame Dan isn't up to 500, 600, or 700 subs because I have a lot of slab cards graded 5, 6, and 7s. There aren't many 4s floating around here, which he asked us to show, and so I'll have to cheat a little bit to reach the necessary qualifications. But first up, my recommendations to 4 channels I know you will enjoy. My Jersey brother has been traveling a bunch to shows in hopes of acquiring Holy Grail cards. That is, cards with pinholes in them. I'm not joking around. Brendan loves those types of oddities as well as their near mint to mint counterparts. If you're a Mets fan like he is, you get to play on his channel's name, Mookie Chilson. Scott of Stukes Baseball Cards and Curiosities is out in Minnesota, and he's a lover of all things Twins. I mean, even advertising displays and packaging going back to the 1950s. Plus, you'll find an extensive sport and non-sport exhibits run, card show highlights, and modern examples from other sports. Hopping a bit further away, what do you say we travel to the other side of the globe and hang out with Tony at JP Wisco Baseball Cards? He's in Tokyo, Japan, and is an avid collector of American and Japanese memorabilia, programs, and food issues. His knowledge of foreign collectibles, well, foreign to us, is a huge addition to the community. Finally, a channel that hasn't been as active lately is Rhett's over at Stars of the Diamond. I bragged about his videos to many of you at the 2022 National, and though no new material has been uploaded in a while, still check him out and you will learn so much. I hope he's doing well, for I enjoy the time and attention put into all his non-sport and pre-war sports collection, including the T-cards, N-cards, and plenty of Z-nuts. Now to 4 cards with a 4 grade. Well, almost. Let's start with an example I've shown in the past. My 1955 Harmon Killebrew rookie card has some bad corners, but the blue cap against the yellow background and a great image of an energetic future Hall of Famer in this picture makes this a winner. About 18 years old in this pick. This is a 4 because, look at the corners, it's a 4. Probably can see it rounded up a little bit more on the back. There's no paper loss. Image is clean. The edges are clean. I picked this one up at the end of 2020, and I love it for a lower end grade. There's nothing low about the player, or the image, or the presentation of my 1955 Bowman Stan the Man Musial. One of my favorite cards of all time. Back is a little toned, but the cardinal red still pops. And yeah, soft edges and corners, and off-center a touch, and a small crease right there if you shine it the right way. Love it. This 1965 Sandy Koufax will be shown with some other mid-grade slabs later in the year. You got me with why this was deemed only VG. Muted blue on the back, and you can see some of the corners are faded a bit. But if you ignore the defects and just focus on the image, you'll find the player quite intimidating and the card itself quite pleasing. Last card I want to show you is not graded, but it could be. And it could also be a 4. 1960 Topps All-Star Mickey Mantle. It's an underrated card within his Topps run. This example is off-center to the right and the bottom, but there is no sign at all of surface wear. There's a little dot on the 6. Grand Slam home run on the back in the World Series. You can see the centering issues a little more evident on the back side. Good clean picture. Again, no chipping, no paper loss. Corners again are a little bit soft, but man, I don't know. What do you think? 4? 4.5? Thanks to Ol'Sarge for his support of the vintage composer. More importantly, thank you, Dan, for your service. Links to all the channels I mentioned are in the description below. Pay him a visit and give him a sub. And that's in order.